Hello and welcome to Cinecrisis. How many Thanksgiving animated specials can you think of? Other than a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, probably not many others, right? Well, how about this one? The Thanksgiving That Almost Wasn't is a 22-minute animated special produced by Hanna-Barbera in 1972 in association with the AFCO Broadcasting Company for the syndication market. The special has largely faded into obscurity over the years because, for one, it doesn't feature any of the classic marquee Hanna-Barbera characters as many of their Christmas specials did, and two, the show is just not very good, and not anywhere close to a high-quality effort by the studio. It was rerun on Cartoon Network years ago when that network actually played classic programming, but you won't find it there anymore. In fact, the only place you will find it is as a bonus feature on a DVD release for Casper's Halloween special. The Thanksgiving That Almost Wasn't tells the story of exactly what the title describes, how the first Thanksgiving as celebrated by the Pilgrims and Native Americans almost never was because of two young boys, Johnny Cook and Little Bear, who wandered off before the feast and got lost in the woods, jeopardizing the success of the dinner and the holiday itself. And of course, the story is narrated by a talking squirrel who just so happens to be an expert on the subject because his ancestor, a squirrel by the name of Jeremy, was the one who helped save the boys that day and assured the first Thanksgiving was a success. Bet you didn't read about that in history class. So what, may you ask, is so wrong about this special? It seems quite charming based on a cursory examination. Not too much off from the standard fare Hanna-Barbera was putting out in the early 70s, which, in all honesty, was not a time of peak perfection. But it's when you actually start watching The Thanksgiving That Almost Wasn't that you start to see it as a house of cards that can barely support its own weight. For one, the animation is cheap and poor, even by the standards of limited animation pioneered by Hanna-Barbera. I'm not one to complain about this facet on pretty much any HB property, but here it actually did bother me by how stiff and lifeless the drawings were. Second, there is a lot of repeated and reused footage in this special. Not reused animation, mind you, reused footage. Like the same clips are just repeated over and over again. This is most evident in the catchy opening song, which is a montage of Pilgrims and Native Americans celebrating the holiday with some goofy and wacky shenanigans like this guy, who's gotten so fat that his buttons are popping off his shirt, or this guy, who's about to steal the entire cake. But watch this.
Everyone is busy doing things like starting chicken stew and making pies and coffee brewing on Thanksgiving Day. Mama has the turkey roasting, Nellie started chestnuts toasting, all four doors is standing posting about Thanksgiving Day.
I smell those pumpkin pies. They're coolin'.
I'm drooling. That pretty leg of lamb, she's basting.
I'm tasting.
Mrs. Morley keeps on guessing what she's putting in the dressing. What she's putting gets my blessing on Thanksgiving Day. Cornbread pie and biscuits rising. That smell is tantalizing.
Did you notice the same scene several times over? And then there's this, which really bothered me because it's so noticeable. That static blue background with the stars lasts a total of 15 seconds. Clearly the special was running short on time and needed a bit of padding. The same thing goes with the song itself, which gets repeated with the same footage we saw in the opening only a mere 6 minutes after the special starts, and is again played over the end credits, with again the 15 seconds of blue stars. Regardless, that main title song and the wacky montage that goes along with it remain the most endearing and entertaining remnant of the special. It's so infectiously catchy and mesmerizing, and I absolutely love it. It's no wonder they play it at least 3 times in 22 minutes. I can't say the same for some of the other musical numbers here, which are more on the nerve-grating side.
Let's take the shortest road home. I can hardly wait to get home. Home is where my supper is. Home is where I sleep. Home is where I have a room for all the junk I keep.
It's quite perplexing because the special was written by the team of Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, who wrote a lot of content for the studio back then, and most of it was top-notch quality, including the development and creation of series like Scooby-Doo Where Are You, among many others. Clearly they weren't even trying here. This feels like literally no one cared about this thing at all. The one exception might be the voice cast, who in all honesty can bring life even to the most lifeless drawings. You can hear the likes of HB regulars Don Messick, Vic Perrin, June Foray, Hal Smith, and John Stevenson among the many animal characters here. All in all, padding and filler just about sums up the Thanksgiving that almost wasn't. It's a special that hasn't aged particularly well due to its poor animation and predilection for reusing footage, isn't all too memorable due to its generic plot and lack of any significant characters, but it does exist in the memories of those who remember it from when it first aired or during its many years of reruns as an offbeat Thanksgiving special. So as you sit around the dinner table this Thanksgiving, don't forget to give thanks to the unsung hero of the holiday, Jeremy Squirrel, because without him, we wouldn't even have a Thanksgiving. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time, and have a happy Thanksgiving from Cinecrisis.